Delaney.
Yeah.
What are you ordering, bro? What'd you order?
Steak and eggs.
Shit.
Are you sure?
You wish it was steak and eggs.
You wish it was.
I wish you wish it was. Yeah, I was driving here.
Goes,
You got a vegan eggs and
can
vegan...
I get French fries? Like, is that gonna mess up my cut? Like,
I thought you were joking when you asked me that. And I was like, what you think, man? I was hoping that like I was in a good spot where like I could mess up real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like how like last time I cut, and then that one night you guys let me have candle night, but now I had to cut stuff out later.
Candlelight.
Candlelight.
Yeah. Punishment.
And I'm not in churches, bro.
You could get toast.
I don't know, man.
You could get
It's not
toast.
too. I mean, get a blueberry muffin. You know, you just get 3.
Just get 3.
That sucks, man. Nah, it's all good. It's gonna pay off. You're gonna win, so it's gonna pay off.
Get that extra energy.
It's that carb. Cows. Just like burn it off and do some cardio.
Yeah. You're training today? What time are you training today?
I just did yoga today.
Oh, that's all you got?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Wednesday's off day.
Oh, it's like your
My recovery day.
yeah, recovery mobility day.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope.
I low-key felt like a little bit like, that's all you got? Like, literally like,
I
really
know.
just yoga?
No, I didn't know. But I know you've been doing it for a minute though, in China. So.
What?
I mean, he hasn't been there, yeah.
He touched his toes today.
Yeah.
He does what?
He touched his
Successfully.
toes today.
Can you not do that before?
It just looked cleaner. I could always do it. Don't let them guess.
Okay.
He could do it, but he had to bend his knees just a little bit.
Yeah. But now I got the flexibility of a Shaolin monk. Like
What
I'm
monk?
there. Shaolin
Shaolin monk. You said that because we're all Asian.
No. I used to do.
You could have just said monk. But
No. I used to do kung fu. So you know. I used to do kung fu, so that's the only word that I really know of. Like that's people.
And we influenced it.
Yeah.
The idea.
I want to be It Man so bad.
Oh, facts,
I wanted to be It Man so bad.
I've seen all those movies.
And just be. I've seen it like 10 times.
Damn. You gotta watch other movies, man. There's good movies out there.
Nah, it's good, bro.
You have to watch the same movie 10 times, man.
Yeah, I have to study.
I'm kidding.
I gotta study the technique, bro.
Technique.
Starving.
I'm so hungry. This is my first meal.
Yeah, I'm hungry as hell.
Those French fries.
You know what the sad part is?
Yeah, what's
Look at those
when I finish this meal.
fries, you're
It's
so
like 10 in the morning.
I know. That's what. I mean, what are you eating? 5, 6 a day.
Huh?
5 times, 6
God.
times a day.
Yo, China, do you think I should just get French fries just to torture Delaney?
Mind you,
Like,
2 of those meals are protein
French
shakes.
fries with melted cheese.
Oh wow.
And Disney
I'd be so
fries.
hungry. Because protein shakes, it's just water.
no, all of us should actually order
You
fries.
should all just get French
No, I
fries.
know.
All of us
You
order
should just get
fries.
French fries
I
on
would be
your
so
chicken
hungry.
fingers.
And just douse that with all the condiments available.
Wait, he's on a diet?
Yeah.
Yes, he has
Yeah,
to cut.
here's a competition coming up. Like a powerlifting competition.
What did he order?
9
egg whites and 1 leaf of spinach. Like,
Give me your biggest leaf.
Yo, you know you can eat more. We're only playing with you, but you can't get French fries. Get something else. Like get an oatmeal or something like that.
Is this your first meal?
No, I had the quarter of the cup of
Cream of rice?
yeah. Well, no, I substituted
Or
for grits.
grits,
I substituted
okay.
for grits.
Yeah.
And then a protein shake.
I don't even know what grits.
You gotta go in the back of supermarkets and you gotta make sure you find a black guy. And then they'll tell you what grits. Like, then they'll sell you. They'll point to you where grits is. Otherwise, you'll never find it. It's a secret. It's a secret. It's a secret location. Yeah, boy.
Yeah. I will kill you.
What'd you get, Delaney?
And you know the appetizer to my steak and eggs. You know, I got warm up the palate.
There's no doubt.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to my humble abode. This week I'm about 2-3 weeks out at this point, and I'm really getting ready to my cut, get my weight down so I can make weight and then compete. For those of you who don't really know powerlifting, like it's much like boxing or any other sport. We have weight classes. Typically, you work out, you train at a slightly heavier weight, and then come game day or the day before game day, whenever you weigh in, you gotta cut down your weight, make weight, and then do what you gotta do. So this week we're gonna do a little bit of nutrition. It's gonna be rough just because I don't know too much about nutrition. So I'm blessed enough to have a lot of friends that have helped me and do things as I prepare and kind of giving me meal plans and things to work on and go through. So I'm using the same kind of meal plan that I did getting ready for my last meet. Worked out for me pretty well. So I'm going at it again, and hey, you know, let's get to it. All right, now let's start off with the meats. What are we gonna do? I'm a fish guy, so you know we're gonna start off with some salmon and see what we do here, all right? Okay, so I mean, with the salmon, I'm gonna try to cook it as, you know, cleanly as possible. So I'm not really adding any sauces or anything like that that's gonna add calories to it. Cause, you know, unfortunately with this cut, it's all about just weight loss. So any type of calories that I consume, like it's gonna go towards, you know, it's gonna go against the ultimate goal, which is just dropping my weight as much as possible. So I'm gonna bake the salmon this way that, you know, that's the cleanest way I know how to bake it. No sauces, although I'm a very saucy guy, so it makes me sad that I can't, you know, add flavor to it. But I'm gonna bake it, I think at 350.
Can't even season it?
Nah, I can't season it. I mean, the only real seasoning that I can use is hot sauce, because it's very low in sugar and calories and all that other stuff.
You can't put that salt and pepper?
I don't really know. I probably should ask.
Salt and pepper's really
it
low.
might be. It might be a slim possibility. But, you know,
A little bit, yeah.
again, like this stuff, my sweet and sour sauces and stuff like that,
Not
no
sponsored.
bueno.
Not sponsored.
No bueno. I can't use it at all. All right, now we're gonna go to the lean ground turkey, 93% lean ground turkey. That's gonna be the next meat that we work with. Really the salmon, the fish, and this is gonna be the main one.
Really the salmon, the fish, and
I'm substitute the lean turkey for chicken. Whole different monster, like knowing that you can't have that bag of chips, knowing that you can't, you know, you can't even put on, you know, this sauce right here, but you think it's only 25 calories, you know, you got a little sodium, you got 5 grams of sugar, but it's per tablespoon. Like, how many people just put 1 tablespoon of something on there? Like, I'm the kind of person, like, if I'm cooking something on these 2 things of salmon, half this bottle's gone. Like, this is from when I wasn't on a diet. Like, half the bottle's gone on these 2 pieces of salmon. Like, that's because I love flavor. So like that's why you can only use hot sauce when there's no sugar, there's no fat. And so it's hard. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, like, it's hard, especially for, you know, it takes a lot of discipline. At first I never really understood it, and now I really do see it. And that's why, like, I'm very lucky that I have like friends like, you know, my man Al, who actually sent me the meal plan that I'm like working with. Because now I know exactly what I need to do. I know exactly what I can and cannot eat. And I just stick to the plan, you know. I got a food measure right there, so once I cook everything up and mash things up, like, I did have to weigh, you know, 6 ounces of protein. That's all I get per meal, you know, which is like less than the palm of my hand. I'm used to eating both these salmons in one sitting. So it takes a lot of discipline. It's definitely different. You know, again, I'm no professional when it comes to nutrition. Like, I don't really know much. So I would always say, like, reach out to somebody that actually knows what they're talking about. Like, sit down if you really want to, you know, get yourself in shape and really get, you know, your diet together. Like, it's something that you're better off not doing alone, you know, because then you have somebody to hold you accountable. You have somebody to kind of ask questions to, you know, text pictures of, like, you know, that snack that you got that you want to eat, and they're like, nah, don't do it, stay focused. Like, that's what you need. And you know, that's kind of what I've been doing. Yeah, meal cuts are real boring. I can't show you, you know, my fancy salmon recipe. You know, later on I'll show you the fancy salmon recipe when I got the honey. You know, I'm gonna bring out the honey on you, bring out all my seasonings, my sauces, bring out my amaretto liquor, throw it on there, let all the alcohol burn out, you get the sweet taste. Yeah, you know, I can. Chef Boyard Delaney will be back once the competition is over.
How many days are you meal prepping?
So this is probably gonna be enough meat to be like 3/4 of the week, to be honest with you.
You're ready.
Now it's really ready to go. Set that timer for 25 minutes. Just because I can only eat 6 ounces of protein per meal. And so let me even see if I can pull up the meal prep for you guys a little bit. And so like what that really looks like, because you get smaller meals. So like I eat more frequently than what I usually would have done. So like I have 6 meals. You'll see like Monday, I'm not sure if you can see it, but like Monday through Wednesday, like I have 6 meals. But you see like this morning, all you have is 2 scoops of whey protein and some, you know, cream of rice. I use grits. Then you have 6 ounces of chicken and some broccoli, 6 ounces of salmon and some spinach, 6 ounces of chicken. Then you have another, you know, 2 scoops of protein and egg whites. So like I'm eating 6 times a day, but like I'm never walking out of a meal full. You know, I'm still like a little bit hungry. I can still eat a little bit more. It's like I'm eating 6 appetizers throughout the day, opposed to, you know, 4 or 5 like meals. The way that I always explain to it is because you want to keep your metabolism moving, so it doesn't go into like hibernation mode. So you don't want to just starve yourself. And then you also, you know, because I'm still training to be strong, I'm not training to do bodybuilding or like look good or whatever the case is. Like I still need to be functional, you know. Like even today, like I was benching and my energy was very low just because I don't have a lot of carbs in my system. I don't have a lot of food. I'm still waking up early, you know. So that all plays a role. And you know, once I weigh in and refeed comes and I can eat whatever I want the day before the competition to get my weight back, like I should feel a lot better. But training on a caloric deficit, like it's hard, you know, like you're tired of lean turkey that I made. But look how much oil, even just 7%. Like you see how much oil, just 7% fat made.
Fat just came out.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so imagine like, you know, regular ground turkey or regular ground beef or whatever the case may be. Like all that, that's just the oil from this. And this is 93% lean, you know?
Jesus.
Which is just a prime example of like things that we eat that we think, even though like, you know, we're doing it healthy, you eat big portions of this and you still have all this in there. Who knows how many like calories, how much fat and stuff you're consuming. Right. Check out these bad boys. See how things is looking. Not too bad, not too bad. Tell you what though, I love me some salmon. I dead love me some salmon, I'm not gonna lie about that. So what I will do, I'm gonna throw it in here. And then once it's thrown in there, I'm actually gonna crush it up. I actually should put this back. What I like to do with this one, it also just makes it easier to weigh later. I like to crush it all up.
For someone who has OCD, this really makes me... I'm very uncomfortable right now. Like, what are you doing?
And then what I do is I just mix everything together. So I make it almost like a salmon and spinach stir fry almost. Plus it tricks me into thinking that I'm eating more when it's broken up into small parts like this, opposed to like having just like a small 6-ounce fillet or whatever, or cutting it into like small 6 ounces fillets. Like it makes me feel like I'm eating more, so mentally like I don't freak out because I'm starving. Start putting together the plates. I'm gonna just do 1 day's worth of like plates for you guys, you know, so I don't bore you guys too much. So really, so one of the 6 meals is gonna be 6 ounces of salmon with 2 cups of spinach. I can be generous with the spinach.
Just gonna like...
Yeah, because I mean, once I rewarm it, like in the microwave or whatever, it'll get steamed up. It'll steam up, and so it's pretty good. So I usually just put 2 handfuls of spinach in there. And then what I'll do is I'll throw... And actually I actually have, see as you start going, salmon's actually pretty damn hot. Doesn't make sense. At the meals. It's one of my my meals for the day. It's really simple. It's really just spinach and salmon. Plate number 2 with the ground turkey and the spinach. Now for the grand finale. Alright, that's all.
Yo, so I saw in your story, man, you're releasing hats now? Like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, you know, I tried to start like a little like lifestyle brand type thing. Like, has to do with lifting, but also just like kind of like a new mindset and look at life. So like trying to get that whole thing going, put like some different pieces together to kind of get some symbols and, you know, some metaphorical, like symbolic stuff together. And, you know, I think it's cool. Like, I'm excited for it. Like, it kind of embodies kind of like the mindset that I have like towards things. So
yeah, and I saw like you got a logo now.
Yeah, so like the logo, it's an omega sign. It's an omega sign with like the wolf in it, which is supposed to like symbolize like an omega wolf. And like the reason I chose like that whole like theme was because, you know, you in the Bible you have God. He says, "I'm the beginning and the end." You know, so I'm the Alpha and the Omega. And, you know, most people symbolize power with being the alpha. Like, you want to be the alpha male, like you want to be that top dog. And so like I was like, hey, like the power to create is just as good as, is just as powerful as the power to take away, you know? And so that coupled with my thoughts on like the Omega wolf, like most people think that the alpha is the strongest wolf, like he's the king, like this, that, and the third, and like the Omega wolf is like the outcast, he's the weakest, he's the run of the litter. And so I was doing like research and stuff like that, and like some people think that the Omega is actually just as strong as the alpha. He just chooses to walk life in a different path, you know. Like, so I felt like that fit me a lot more because I've always been in a position where like people consider me as like one of the top dogs, one of the, you know, the leaders, whatever the case may be, but like I never fit in that like that small peg hole that people wanted me to fit into. You know what I'm saying? Like, star football player is not supposed to be in theater. You know what I'm saying? That's just a High School Musical movie. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not real life. Like, you're not supposed to, you know, be smart. Like, I graduated college 3.5 years instead of 4 while working a full-time job and playing football, you know? Yeah. Like, all these different things, like my interests, things that I like to do, like, are just not, they don't fit in the peg that people expect from an athlete, from a black male, from a male in general, like all that stuff. And so I thought that like that embodied like what I felt like a whole lot more. And then I have like the crown on top and like kind of like the Greek wings, because that's kind of, I think, like the lifestyle mindset that I want to bring to people too. It's like life is always going to like kind of give you curveballs, and that's why I say like I chose the Omega sign, because it's like people don't expect the Omega to persevere through things. And so life is the alpha, and you're the Omega trying to make it through life and succeed through it. And so like I chose that because it's like I feel like a Greek god that got like kicked off Olympus, and I'm slowly starting to like climb my way back up from my own like turmoils and stuff like that and things that I've been through. And like it kind of all really spurred from me, like powerlifting, everything that I'm doing right now really spurred from like the last 1.5 years. Like the end of 2016 to all of 2017 just seemed like I just kept on getting punched in the face like every single day. Like, you know, like went through my football season, my last senior year, like everything was supposed to be good. I was supposed to have a great season, team was supposed to do better, everything happened. We don't win a game. Like, you know, like I'm dating a girl at the time. I decide, okay, I can either go home and be 3, 4, 5 hours away, or I can be up in New York, or, you know, within the area, this, whatever the case may be. And so I'm like, all right, you want to know what? Turn down a job at Lockheed Martin to go work at CVS so I could then be closer. Ended up taking a job because of that job, like the differences in it, because I'm not sure if you know what Lockheed Martin is. It's like a big government technological agency. Okay. They would have paid me like $30,000 more a year than what that job is. Right. But if I was, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours away, probably, you know, things probably wouldn't have worked out between us, you know. So that was my mindset. And so while doing that, I'm still training for the NFL Combine because that's my dream. So I'm literally waking up at 6 a.m. every day, you know, don't finish training until 6 p.m., then drive an hour to work at CVS until like 1 o'clock in the morning, and then wake up the next day and try to do it all over again for like 2 months, you know. Combine goes well, do a great job. Kansas City Chiefs come to talk to me, like everything seems like it's going great. They say, okay, hey, we're gonna lock you in for Fordham's Pro Day. Everything's gonna go good, like great, you know, great to see you there. Find out like a few weeks later, like Fordham's not gonna let me in, even though they requested me to be there, blah, blah, blah. Like I feel like my dream got ripped from underneath me. So like I feel like I'm climbing up, and all of a sudden, like, you know, life just smacks me. You know, following that, like my grandfather, he had been sick for, you know, a few years now, and like not too long after the combine, like a few weeks after that, he actually like passed away, you know. So, you know, I've seen death before. I've had like close people die, but not somebody that close. Like when I was younger, I had a big car accident. Well, not car accident, but like it's pretty much like a car accident. I ended up being in a coma for a week, and I had to relearn how to walk. I had to relearn how to do everything. And I remember like my whole family, when I started learning how to walk for the first time, like everybody was there. My granddad wasn't there yet because he was, you know, teaching at school, and he just got off work. And I finally saw him come around the corner, and I went from literally barely being able to walk to like running like the size of like the hallway into his arms, because that's how much he meant to me. Like his presence gave me the ability to do something that I wasn't able to do yet. So to lose him was like, I never felt that kind of pain before. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know, fast forward a little bit, go to the funeral the week, you know, the following Friday, get back from Maryland, come back up. Me and my girlfriend, we've been fighting forever then. Get back up from the funeral, she breaks up with me. So now I lost my granddad, girlfriend, we're not together no more. Only reason why I'm in New York in the first place. Like I'm feeling like straight ass. Like life sucks right now. You know, fast forward a little bit more, I still don't really have my own place to live. Like I'm really like kind of dorming with her, you know, in that whole piece, just because I'm saving up so I can get my own spot, because I kind of just took the plunge and left. You know, I finally graduate. You have my graduation ceremony. I finally find a place to live, with like my own kind of like room for rent almost. Couple weeks after graduation, I'm, you know, back home in Jersey, just kind of chilling, visiting for a little bit. My dad comes into the room and he's like, guys, I have something to tell you guys. Like me and your mom have something to tell you guys. You know, we're gonna lose the house. Like it's getting foreclosed on. Like it's gone. Like we lost it. And like it was like a surreal out of body experience. Like I didn't even believe like it would happen, because we were never in any type of like trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like we were never broke. We were never rich. Like we wanted to do something extra, we'd save up, and then we'd do whatever we had to do. And you know, just, you know, the burden of like, you know, kids in college, like grandfather, you know, it's, you know, hurting, like he needs hospital bills, stuff like that. I think all started just spiral out of control that it got to that point. And, you know, the day finally came where we had to get stuff out the house. And I remember 3 days before, like my sister said, like, hey, like the movers that were supposed to move the stuff out the house, like they were frauds, like nothing got moved. Like if we don't get some type of help, we're gonna lose everything in the house. So I remember driving from New York back down to Jersey, literally not eat, sleep, or bathing for 3 days, just so I could find a way to shovel all the stuff out of our house so we could get into a storage so we don't lose that too. Like I'd never seen like my mother like cry the way that she cried. I'd never seen like my dad like just so hurt the way that he was hurt. Like my family just completely just in shambles. Like it just sucked. Like I've never seen it. Like it's a different feeling like when you're hurting, and then when you see like your people, like your family, like the people that you love hurt, it's a different kind of pain. Like I would never want to feel that pain again, you know? And you know, it doesn't even end there. Like fast forward again, like a couple weeks after that, I get extremely sick. I'm in and out the hospital for like a week. I lose like 20 pounds. Like I can barely walk. Like out of nowhere, I just get smacked. I still don't know. They still don't even know what happened to me. Like I got misdiagnosed out of nowhere. I just got sick. I came home one day, woke up the next day, and I could not move. Finally got myself back on my feet. Like I'm good again. Couple weeks after that, the room that I was renting, the lady who was renting out the apartment couldn't afford the apartment anymore. So she was getting kicked out. So because I was getting kicked out, I had to find a new place to live in 3 weeks. But I had a conference from my financial job in Texas the week after that. So really I only had 2 weeks to find a place to live. Ran out of time. Had to shovel all my stuff into a storage unit. I was this close to sleeping in the storage unit that I rented out for my stuff because I didn't have enough time to find a place. Luckily, I was able to buy myself a couple more days, and then I found a spot that I'm in now, like thanks to God. And I just remember, like, at that moment, it's into December at that point in time. And I just remember at that moment, I remember I didn't have anybody to help me move my stuff, so I literally strapped my mattress to the top of my roof and held it with my hand to drive it to the new spot. And like it was raining, like it was dead like some movie theater type shit. Like it was crazy. And I just remember like going into the bathroom and just looking in the mirror and like feeling like I could finally breathe for the first time. Like I have my own place. Like nobody can take it from me. Like let's start this fresh. And like in that moment, like I just decided that I needed to be different. Like I always preach, like everybody has their hardships, is what you do with it. And I just thought, it's like, what would my sister think if she saw me crumble under the circumstances just because things got harder than I thought that I could handle? Like what would all those kids that, you know, in high school, they're like, oh, Delaney, like I'm playing football now because I saw you do it. I'm lifting now because I saw you do it. I'm singing even though I'm a football player and I do this, that, and the third because I saw you do it. What would they think if they saw me crumble the first time that I hit something that I didn't think I could handle? He's like, and I'm not saying like what I went through was the worst thing in the world. I'm not saying that it wasn't, you know, easy either. Like if you think about it, like football season goes bad, dreams of going to the NFL goes to shit, grandfather dies, girlfriend breaks up to you, don't have a place to live, go homeless, go sick, like all that stuff. Just keep on going, keep on piling. Like nothing else, like nothing was going right. It felt like every single step I was taking was the wrong step. And nonetheless, like I just remember looking in that mirror and I just said, I am so happy all those things happened to me, because if anybody in this world is going to be able to turn this thing around and find a way to make everything good and find like some type of positive out of this, is going to be me. Like I have a sense of like confidence about me that I truly believe no matter what situation I'm putting myself in, that I'm going to succeed. Like I've told people that. And so now I just thought it was a test. Like I thought this was a game. At that point in time, like I finally, something clicked and something snapped in my head that I'm like, this whole thing is a game. And y'all are going to see what I can make out of nothing. And like that's really the reason for like the brand. Like that's the reason why I have the Omega sign kind of symboling the end, because this is the end of all the bad things that happened with me and kind of starting something new. Like powerlifting, like, you know, everybody's been powerlifting for a while. I just started it, but it's going to end with me. I'm going to take it over. You know, financial world, it's going to end with me. I'm going to take it over. And, you know, that's what the crown and like the Greek wings and all that stuff symbolize. Because I really feel like almost like a Greek god that got shunned from Olympus. And now I have to prove myself and work my way back up to get where I know I'm supposed to be. And like that's really the meaning behind the brand. Like it's more than just like a symbol for me. And you know, right now I'm a nobody, but I wanted to grow to something that like people can feel, and no matter what they're going through, they're like, okay, hey, yeah, I'm the underdog. People don't expect me to get through this, but nonetheless, when my story's done, when I say, okay, look at what I created, you're gonna see that I was never as weak as you thought I was. So that's kind of the meaning behind all this. It's like a whole bunch of things pulling in, but like that's what it means to me. That's why I put all those things together the way I did.
Much respect to you, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. Vegas is the first step, you know. I said I'm gonna do something. By the end of the year, I'm gonna do it. Take over the financial industry too, just one step at a time. Just building everything. Put your head down, you know.
People feel it, bro.
Yeah.